Hello and welcome to this crash course. In this crash course, you're going to learn the fundamentals of Obsidian and how to use it properly. If you enjoyed this crash course, you're definitely going to enjoy the entire premium course. You'll find the link in the description below. Right now, it's only 6 hours, but in future, it's going to increase because I keep adding new videos every time I learn something new on Obsidian. And current price is already discounted from $349 to $999. All you have to do is just click on the link in the description below and click on buy now and make sure that you're logged in. If you are not logged in, click on sign up for free, write your name, email, password, and register to my site. You'll find a lot of other courses for free and on this site. But for now, the one which is available as a premium course is this Obsidian course. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's start this video. Hello everyone and welcome to this Obsidian course. So in this video I'm going to tell you what is an Obsidian and some pros and cons of Obsidian and why I made this course and what you're going to learn in this course. Now, before I even start telling you what is an Obsidian, I've been using note-taking softwares for over a decade now, and I used all of them, all the famous one, OneNote, Evernote, Notepad, Keep, some applications on mobile. But the one that stick to me and the one that I like is Obsidian. I'm going to tell you why I like Obsidian and the pros and cons section. Plus, one of the main reason I used Obsidian as my go-to software to take notes is because the simplicity of the software itself, and it's so light and I can just access to the notes even if there is no Obsidian. If for some reason they stop developing Obsidian, I can still go and open my notes and work with it. I had some notes on the free plan for some of the famous note-taking software that starts with an E. I'm not gonna say the name, and I just left it for a couple of years because I was doing my bachelor's back then, and then I needed those notes for my master. So I went to log into that account and I found out they changed the plan. So all the notes that were available in my free plan on that software, now I have to pay money in order for me to access it. So I didn't like it. I tried a lot of softwares. OneNote from Microsoft is actually one of the best tools, but again, you need that software in order to open it. They are all good. I'm pretty sure since you're taking this course, you've tried some of them and you know how good they are. But here in Obsidian, you will know why Obsidian stands out from the others. So let's start with an Obsidian. What is an Obsidian? A brief definition of an Obsidian is a note-taking software. Some people call it's a powerful knowledge base where you just put all your knowledge in it. Some people sometimes call it a second brain, an application that let you have a second brain. Like right now, you have your own brain inside your head, and the one that you're just having some similar thoughts. But in second brain, you put all the ideas that you had. For example, before I make this video, I actually had an idea is that most of the people who are getting into an Obsidian, they don't have a course to follow along. There was just a bunch of videos. So I was like, why don't I make a course? So I had this idea and I structured the entire course outline and everything inside Obsidian. So this is what we call a powerful knowledge base. One other thing I would like to say that if you are reading a book or research paper, whenever we read a book or research paper, we take notes. Now, the main idea of taking notes is that later on, whenever I need that knowledge, I can just go to my note, not to the actual book. So you read a book, you read a lot of information, only the information that you need and that is helpful to you, you just take it, write it with your own way inside the note-taking software. For here, example is an Obsidian. And then later on, whenever you need to get back to that specific knowledge or information, you don't go back to the source, which is the book or research paper. You just go to your application, which is Obsidian. That is why we call it a powerful knowledge base. It's where you store your knowledge. So here we have a powerful knowledge base, a tool that helps you store information so you can get back to it. So I use Obsidian not just summarizing some books and research papers. I also use it whenever I structure or outline any video for my courses and also my YouTube videos. But for this course, we're actually going to learn the fundamentals and how to use Obsidian. And after that, we're going to learn how we can actually use the Obsidian to summarize a book, summarize a research paper, how to use it for your daily basis. But before that, we need to know how to walk our way through this software. So some pros and cons. Now, first of all, there are, I wouldn't call it's a completely free. I mean, there is a free version of Obsidian, and for personal use is more than enough, but it's not an open source, even though you can actually make your own plugins and you can create your own themes. More of that is going to be in the second or the third section of this course. Probably is going to be a video called community plugins and community themes, but it's not an open source, but you actually can develop your own plugins and themes and put it in their community. So there are a paid version of this Obsidian. For example, one of the features of the paid version of Obsidian is that it can sync to, let's say, one of your cloud services like Google Drive and Dropbox. For me personally, I just manually copy and paste the notes from my Obsidian Vault to my Google Drive or Dropbox folder. I mean, the feature, just go to the website and you'll see the difference between the free and the premium one. For personal use, the free one is more than enough. So we'll be using the free version of this of this software in this course. Okay. The second thing is that it's very light software on your PC. And you don't need a high-end PC, and it's straightforward and it's very fast. You will see it once you use it. One other pros of this Obsidian, that even though it's kind of like a new software, it's been like for over 2 years now, there are tons of plugins and themes developed by the community, and they're all nice, they're all good, and every week or month they're adding some new stuff. One word of advice: just use the plugins that you need. Try to just make your notes free of plugins, because the idea of using Obsidian is because it uses a markdown file or a text file, and I can just go and open the text file using VS Code, Notepad++, or the Notepad on my Windows, or the text editor on Mac. So I don't actually need Obsidian to open it. If I had my notes and for some reason they stopped developing Obsidian, or Obsidian stopped working, I can just go to the core of my notes and I can open it with any other software that open a text file. I don't need to open it with the same software. For example, whenever you create slides as a PPTX, you need PowerPoint to open it. But here it's a text file, it's a markdown file, and markdown file you can actually open it with any editor or code editor. So you can actually open your notes from Obsidian in VS Code and just take it and immediately adding it as a comment on your code. One other thing is that it's stored in your PC. So it's not in the cloud unless you use the paid feature, which is going to sync it to your cloud. So you actually own the notes. Okay, one cons is that there are some additional features, which is totally fine for Obsidian or any other software. Obviously, if they're gonna make a paid version, they have to add some additional features not available under free, or nobody's going to buy it. The main cons of this software is that it's steep learning curve, which means that even though it's a light software and everything is straightforward, but they have a lot of settings, a lot of options, and it's going to take you time to learn it. And I checked internet, YouTube, there are some scattered videos, but there is no fully functional course, and if there is a course, it's going to be very expensive. So that's the reason I'm making this course. One of the advantages of my courses, I'm not trying to show off or anything, that I follow a very systematic approach, and the way I organize my videos, they are really good, really nice. You can actually see and read the reviews, and you see it, and you can actually see the rating also of this course. And all of my videos are recorded on 4K resolution, because I really care about the quality of my videos. I don't think you will find someone who made a course with these qualities. So let's go on. Why I made this course. Now, basically, I was actually teaching and making courses in data science field, but as being a mentor for data science students for almost 7 years now, and MIS, Management Information System mentor, for over 14 years, I found out that every time I mentor my students and I tell them to go this and do that, they have what do we call that, a productivity lack of skills, lack of skills and productivity, which basically means they don't know how to manage their time, they don't know how to learn, they don't know how to take notes, they don't know how to actually read and study from their notes. Whenever I give them a course or video, they just watch it just like they're watching a Netflix. When I tell them that, okay, what did you learn, they're like, nothing. So when I found out that most of my students, they don't know how to learn, which is obvious, nobody taught them, they don't teach you in school or university these things. So I was like, how about I start making courses in productivity, so I can help them not just follow their and learn about data science or management information system, to learn anything they want, because these are fundamental skills. If you have these, you can learn anything. I actually was using Notion for a couple of years and I still using it, and it's really nice. But lately, when I started to use Obsidian, I haven't moved on, I mean, completely. I still use both of them. Both of them are great. You can just use them and know the difference between them both. But I started to make the Obsidian course because it helps. I mean, Notion, you need an email, and it's paid version. The free version is kind of limited. So Obsidian actually is one of the best choices. Plus, there aren't enough courses. So I was like, you know what, just contribute to the community and start making some videos to help people to understand Obsidians. And I've seen that most of the coders and data scientists, they have been using Obsidian to summarize the research paper and books they're reading. So I was like, you know what, let's just start with an Obsidian. So I started using Obsidian, and I really love it, and I started making videos, and now these videos are in a course. So that's one of the reason I made this course, because the lack of Obsidian courses, and there wasn't a systematic way to learn Obsidian, and even if there was, it wasn't a high quality. So to show you how to take a proper note, this is one of the main advantage of making this course, that I want to show you different way of taking notes, like Cornell notes, Zettelkasten and stuff like this. But before that, I have to show you and how to make yourself comfortable using Obsidian. What are notes inside Obsidian? How do you locate them? How to create them? How to add an attachment? How to add a link? How to add a backlink? What is the difference between backlink and a block, and all this stuff? These are the fundamentals. You know, I cannot, it's like in programming, I cannot teach you how to make a fully functional software unless you learn the fundamentals, which is if and loops and data types. These are the things I have to explain it first, then we can go to the advanced section, which is how to actually take a proper note while reading a book or research paper. I wanted to teach you different ways of note taking. There is an E missing in note taking, I just found out. Okay, I'm just gonna add it here like this. Sorry about that. And I want to help you to manage your notes. Now I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I used to take a physical note, PN, physical note on papers, and everybody's like, you need to write them down. You don't have to just type it out. It helps you to understand. Yes, I know it helps me to understand, but what is the point of if I have physical note and later on I'm sitting in my meeting, I need those notes, and those notes, physical notes, are actually at my home. So managing your notes, if they're in digital, will help you a lot. So you can just sync it manually on your Google Drive, and you can literally open with any software that open a text file, Microsoft Word, OneNote, what do you call that thing, Notepad, and so on. So you'll know how to manage your notes in a really, really nice way. So this is the reason I made this course. And what are you going to learn in this course? Now this course is still a work in progress. I haven't finished yet. Every time I find something new and nice, I just add it. So What is an Obsidian? I just told you what is an Obsidian, and creating the notes, adding images and attachments and linking notes and all those stuff. These are already explained in the next section. And every time you check the course and you see a video called more videos are coming soon, which means that this course is still not done yet, and still I'm adding some new stuff. So if you are watching this video and if you are finding there is a video called more videos are coming soon in the course outline, that's mean this course is not finished yet. Okay, so every time I learn something new, I will add it. So this course will be always updated. So this was a course outline that what you're going to learn in Obsidian. I hope you like it. If you like it, please do review the course. And if there is something you would like me to add and you don't like it, please contact me on my social media account. You will find it in my profile somewhere in this platform. Talk to me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever you want, and I will happy to help. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to install Obsidian. Go to a website called obsidian.md. The link is going to appear right now on the screen, and you'll be represented by this home page. In case in future this home page change, it's supposed to have a button here to click get Obsidian for Windows. If you have Mac, it will be telling you get Obsidian for Mac, or you can just go here and click on download, and you can see here you have more platforms. iOS, if you're using Android, Windows, Mac, Linux, it's available on all the operating system. For me, it's Windows 64, so I'm going to click here 64, and it's going to start downloading. You guys can see it's downloading here, and I'm gonna click here. It's going to start to install, and I can just immediately create a vault or open a vault or sign in to sync my vault. But creating vault and opening the vault will be explained in the next video, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, in the previous video we learned how to download and install Obsidian, and we were left with this screen. Here I have an empty vault called Fahad Study, and I have nothing here, so I'm gonna come here and click on create new node, and upstairs here there and untitled I'm gonna write basics of data science. Enter. Now let's say I'm gonna start writing my node, and it's gonna be like, say, in data science we have machine learning and deep learning. Okay, so obviously when I'll be studying data science, I'm gonna end up defining data science and writing some stuff in it. And I'm gonna have a node also called machine learning, and inside of it I'm gonna have something called supervised learning and unsupervised learning. And inside supervised learning I'm gonna have classification and regression, and unsupervised learning I'm gonna have anomaly detection and clustering and so on. So each bunch of text that I have here is gonna have a completely separately node for it. In the machine learning I'm gonna have two nodes called supervised learning and unsupervised learning, and in supervised learning I'm gonna have two nodes. It's called classification and regression and so on. So it's going to be nodes under nodes under nodes under nodes. So here, since I wrote only one piece of information here, so from now I can tell you that I'm going to have three nodes with the same name of data science and machine learning and deep learning. So in order for me to create another node, instead of coming here and clicking, or just clicking here and writing data science and whatever, just click here, right click and delete and delete. I'm gonna go back to my basics of data science. I'm gonna come here and select the data science, and I'm gonna click the square bracket twice. 1, 2. Same thing here. Now you do that for the text that you're gonna end up having a separate node for it. Here in machine learning, I'm gonna have a separate node for it. I'm gonna click the bracket and then another bracket twice, okay? And then here deep learning, bracket and bracket. Now here I'm in writing mode or editing mode. You come here and click on Now current view is editing. Click to read. Here in this mode, we just type our notes. Later on, obviously we use the notes to study. So later on, when I come and study, I'm gonna be in the reading mode, not in editing mode. So click on the glasses here, and here I'm gonna have something called reading mode. Now here you can see that I have a link. It's telling me that data science is not created yet. Click to create. So here, same thing for the machine learning. Machine learning is not created yet. Click to create. Same thing for the deep learning. Deep learning is not created yet. Click to create. So here I have 3 link for a node that wasn't created yet. All I have to do is just click here and the node will be created. Look, it's an empty node. I'm inside data science and it was just created. I'm gonna do the same thing for, again, go back to the reading mode and click on machine learning, and it's gonna be created here, and go back and again, and deep learning. Here I just created 4 nodes or 3 nodes called data science, deep learning, and machine learning. Now inside data science, I'm going to type, let's say we have machine learning and deep learning. And in deep machine learning, I'm gonna have, let's say, we have supervised learning and unsupervised learning. And again, I'm gonna come here and then twice the bracket, and I'm gonna here press the bracket twice, and then to the reading mode, click on supervised learning, and it's gonna be here, and then go back to machine learning and the reading mode and click on unsupervised learning, and it's gonna be here. Now here I can obviously come here and write classification, regression. I can come here and write clustering and whatever, but for now we just created a bunch of nodes, and each node is linked to the previous one. Now to see the links, I'm gonna have to come here and open graph view. Click on a graph view, and this is how the graph view will look like. Now if you remember, here I have machine learning, and inside machine learning I have supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Go back to the graph view, and we have machine learning here. Okay, this one is telling me that it's linked to supervised learning and it's linked to unsupervised learning, and the machine learning itself is linked to the basics of data science, which is the first one that we created. And the basics of data science is also created here, linked to the data science and deep learning, because inside basics of data science I have here, look, I have data science, I have machine learning, I have deep learning. So basics of data science has machine learning, has deep learning, and has data science. And by this you can see how this is useful. For example, I'm studying machine learning, I have supervised learning, I click on supervised learning, and it's going to open the supervised learning node for me. You have the list view, but most of the time the graph view will be easy for you to navigate. For this small lesson, we learned how to create and how to link between 2 nodes, and I'm pretty sure that now you know how this linking nodes and creating nodes while typing your nodes is going to be useful. More videos coming up, and I'll see you in next video. Bye bye. Okay, so here I have an basic of data science node open, and I am in editing mode because I can edit. So today we're going to learn about something called tags. And basically tags or hashtags are used to organize your nodes. They're kind of like the links here, as we've seen in the previous videos, which is when you click here and here and here. Now these are actually real nodes, which are here. If you remember, we clicked on it, they were created, and now inside each of node I have a bunch of stuff. So here I'm going to come and go to the editing mode. I'm going to write hashtag, and these are the hashtags that I already wrote in the previous notes. That's why they are appearing. They are not supposed to appear because I already created them. But let's create a new hashtag called AI and then spacebar. Okay, now when I clicked on AI, I'll come to the data science node and come here, and then I'm gonna shift and number 3 to add the hashtag. Now I can see all the hashtags that I have created in my vault. Now the AI, I just created it in a few seconds ago, but these are the hashtags that I created a couple of hours ago before I record this video. So here in data science, let's say we have machine learning and deep learning. So I'm just gonna click and add the AI hashtag, and I'm gonna add the data science hashtag. Now again, let's go to the machine learning, and here in machine learning I have classification, I have regression hashtag, and I have data science hashtag. And now when we study, let's say I'm going to go to the supervised learning node, and it's an empty, and I'm going to write that from one of the algorithms we're going to learn in supervised learning, it's regression, and it's actually going to be a regression here. And then I'm going to click on new node, and I'm going to rename it linear regression, and here I'm going to define what is linear regression, why it is used, how it is used, some examples of linear regression like Boston, house price prediction, and so on. And at the end, since linear regression is an algorithm inside inside supervised learning, so I'm gonna click shift, and here I can see I have data science and classification and regression. Now it's not a classification and it's data science, so I'm going to click on data science, and then I'm gonna hashtag and click on regression, and I'm going to create a new one called linear regression. So let me show you how this thing is used. Now I'm going to go to the view mode, and this is the mode that I'm going to use it when I'm going to come back to my notes and study. Here I can see a couple of stuff, and then let's say I want to learn about something else called, let's say, multilinear regression. So I'm going to click on new node and write multilinear regression, and here I'm going to add the regression, only the regression, because it's a part of regression. Okay, go back to the linear regression and then click on the glasses icon, which is the reading mode, and here I'm going to click on regression, and here is going to show me all the nodes that has the regression hashtag. So we have multilinear regression, and then we have linear regression, and we have supervised learning. So basically this hashtag is going to help me to track back whatever I'm learning, because in regression we have linear regression, and then we have multilinear regression, and so on. So in order for me to track the type of regression that I have, or whatever the subject that you're studying, you can use these hashtags. If you are using WordPress, you're going to know how hashtags are used, but here in Obsidian we used hashtag to track back and to know in which nodes these things were used. Okay, because here, let's say in regression, let's say in linear regression, I'm also going to add another hashtag called supervised learning. And I don't have an here I have the search tab. I'm going to go back to the file explorer, then click here new node, and I'm going to rename it classification, and here in classification is also supervised learning. So I'm going to come here and click supervised learning. So I'm just going to go back to the view mode, and I'm going to click on supervised learning, and it's going to show me that in supervised learning it's in classification and in linear regression, and that's it. So it's used for track down whatever you're learning and the concept to be connected to each other, while these links, these links, machine learning and data science, these are actually nodes which are used and linked to our existing node. I hope you now know the difference between hashtag and node. Okay, then the linking is actually a real node, while hashtag is going to jump from one node to another node where I use that hashtag. And we use hashtag to just organize whatever we're studying, and we use nodes to write down our notes. I can't explain more than this. I'm pretty sure you already got the meaning of all this. What else do we have? Now we have here headers. Oh, sorry, heading. Now we have 6 type of heading. We have 6 hashtag 6 time. This is heading 6. This is heading 5. This is heading 4. You have to put space bar. Heading 3. Heading 2. Heading not like this, and then space, and then if you write hashtag and then you immediately type, it's going to become this hashtag. Okay, but you want to write heading, so once you put the hashtag, put space bar and then type. And here I'm going to go to the view mode, and here you can see heading 1 is bigger, and then heading 2, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. These are used to type your heading if you're studying classification. Obviously, the first one, let's say it's a logistic regression, so I'm gonna have to write these. Let's say heading 4, logistic regression. Let's say just to very supervised learning. Let's say go to the classification, and hashtag. Let's say logistic regression. Since I'm writing about logistic regression, let's just make a here logistic regression. You don't use spaces here. Since it's a type of regression, I'm gonna have to make it in a regression tags also. Then go back here, and you can see regression. It's gonna give me all the type of regression. In here, you can just toggle down and up, and you can see that's becoming bold because it's a heading. Now these, we have 6 type of headings. Let's just continue here. And what else do we have? Let's say I want to type an italic. This is an italic text. I'm gonna just come here in italic and put star. Then I'm coming back here, put star. And then here in the view mode, you can see that the italic became italic. Just put 1 asterisk or star, and it's going to become italic. What about bold? This is bold text. You come here, the beginning, you put 2 stars and then 2 stars. You can see that it's now bold. And the last thing we're going to learn is the list. Let's say we're going to type of a bunch of list, some list. You just put dash and then space, list 1, list 2, list 3. Then if you go back to the view mode, you're going to see that the tags, sorry, the minus sign is going to become like this because these are lists. So in this video, we learn about hashtags, how they are used and how they're different between these and the linking in the notes. We learn about heading, we learn about italic, we learn about how to type bold text, and we learn about list. More things coming up in the next video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. So here we're going to learn about some settings in Obsidian. Now you can find the settings here, click on it, and then we have here the editor pan. Default new pan view is editing view, and we have reading view. It's up to you. Obviously I'm going to leave it to editing view because the moment I'm going to start using Obsidian, I'm going to start writing. Now most of the settings, just leave it the way it is. Okay. Using legacy editor, okay, fine. Display, just leave them the way they are. They're fine. Right to left if you're writing Arabic here. Now let's go and check the file and links. Now whenever we delete any note from here, I'm gonna keep it to move to system trash. Now if you're using Windows, you're gonna have recycle bin, and if you're using Mac, you're gonna have your own trash. Now obviously you can just immediately make it permanent to delete, or you can use it the Obsidian trash, which is the trash folder that comes in with Obsidian. But I'm gonna keep it to move to system trash because maybe later on I wanna retrieve it. Okay, and now this one automatically update internal links. I'll keep it on because this is very important. Now how does this work? Let's say I wrote in the previous video I wrote machine learning, and inside machine learning I wrote supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Now let's say I misspelled the supervised learning, and I went and I corrected the supervised learning inside machine learning. And I mean, I did that after I created 2 or 3 notes in classification and regression. I already linked that to the previous one. The moment I'm going to go and I am going to change the supervised learning inside machine learning, it will be automatically updated in all the notes instead of going in and doing it manually. Don't worry, I'm going to do it in front of you. Okay. Default location for new notes is going to be obviously the default folder that we use at the first video, and the rest of it just leave it the way it is. Okay. And here we have the base theme, we have dark and we have light. Oh my god, just keep it dark. Okay. The font size, you can increase it if you want. You can see. Okay. And themes, now you can also add your own CSS and snippets. You can change the colors by yourself if you don't like the dark and the light one that came in, and you can choose other themes. You can download them, but for now just keep it the way it is. And let's go to where core plugin. These are all okay. Tag pan. Now tag pan display your tags and their number of occurrences. What tag pan is, if you remember that we wrote some hashtags and some tags, and basically it's going to tell me that how many times I use the same tag. So I'm gonna keep it on, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And page preview, it's already on. If it wasn't, you keep it on, because the moment you're just going to put the mouse cursor on link, it's going to give you a preview. I'll show you right now. And the rest of it, keep it. Star frequently used files. Okay, starred, keep it on. Now what do I mean by star? Remember when you're checking website on Google Chrome and you like this website, you can just go and start it so you can later on and go and check it out, kind of like bookmarking it. Same thing here. Again, I'm going to show you how it's done. So now just go upstairs here, and these are the things that we want it to be on, and then let's go to the editor and choose spell check. If it was off, you keep it on. If it was like this, you keep it on. And then now let's go and try the things that we activated here. The first thing, I'm going to come here and go to the classification. Let's say I'm going to start typing hello. Now you see it gave me an error and world. So right click hello and right click world. This is the spell check. And remember the tag pan, it was added here. You can see that I have regression tag, it was used 5 times, classification tag, what was used 3 times, and AI tag, which was used only once. So you can see that This is the tag pan that was appeared after we activated it from the settings. One thing we did also was the star link or star notes, which is appearing here. I mean, let's say I'm studying right now about linear regression and I want to start this note. So I'm going to right click on star and going to successfully start. Go to the start pan and you will see that linear regression was added here. You can also remove it if you don't no longer want to make it start, but it will still remain here. Right click, delete. It's going to go to the system trash, which is recycle bin. And the last thing we have is called the updated links. Now, if you remember here, I have three links: data science and machine learning and deep learning. Now let's say this is actually a whole note here. Later on, I changed the name of machine learning and made it to be machine learning with double G. I'm going to click enter and updated one link in a file, which is this one. If you see, now here it added double G. So the best thing is that you can just go and rename the notes here, and whatever the link that you created, it will be immediately updated instead of going it and doing it all manually all over again. So in this video, we learn about how to activate the spell checker so we don't make mistakes when we're writing. We know about the page preview, which was already on. If it wasn't on, you make it on, which is just put the mouse cursor and it's going to appear here immediately like this. This is the page preview, and we have the tag pan here, tag pane, where it's going to tell me how many times these tags were used. And we have start nodes, so I can see the most commonly used nodes, so I can start it. Same thing exactly like when you do it in the web browser. You just go and start the website. It's going to bookmark it. And how to delete files. You want to make it permanently, go here and change it. Move to system trash, permanently delete or keep it move to system trash. And updating the link, all you have to do is just activate the updating the link in settings and come here and change the name of the notes, and they will be updated inside the notes. I hope this video was easy and clear, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye. So in this video, we're going to learn some shortcuts that's going to speed the process of our work. The first shortcut we have is creating a new node, which is going to be a Control N on Windows and or Command N on Mac. So I'm going to press Control N and I'll have a new untitled node. So I'm going to rename it new node, and then I'm going to write or press enter. And then once I press enter, from the title of the node, I'll be moved to the content of the node, and here I can just start writing my headings. Let's say this is the introduction, then enter. Now, as you know that we are in the editing mode, if I want to toggle it to the reading mode, I can just click here, or I can press Control E or Command E on Mac. So I'm on Windows, so I'm going to click on Control E, and you can see that the hashtags disappeared because right now I'm on the reading mode. If I want to go back to the editing mode, I can just press Control E again, and I am on the editing mode now. Now here, as you can see that I am in editing mode, so I'm going to press Control E to back to the reading mode. Now we know that if I hover the mouse on the link here in data science, it's going to show me the preview of the node, and if I click on it, it's going to open the node for me. Now this in this area. Now what if I want to open this node on a different pan while this node is still open? So all I'm gonna have to do is I'm going to just press the control key while I'm in the reading mode, and I'm going to click on data science, and you can see here that the basics of data science is still open, and the data science here is open in a different pan or maybe different window. And here I can have my own reading and editing mode. I can close it. It's like I have two windows, but these are called pans. So again, I can close it, and I can just hold down the control key and then click on machine learning, and it's going to open the machine learning here. I can of course press Control E here to switch back to the reading mode, or press Control E again to go to the editing mode. Here I can go to the Control E and back to the editing mode, and I'm going to press Control E and back to the reading mode. So each pan I can apply whatever the shortcuts that I want. So these are handy if I am studying and I want multiple pans to be open. Now, other things that we going to learn in this video is something called a quick switcher. Let's say right now I have almost 9 or 10 notes here. Let's say I have 100 notes and I want to search for it. Obviously I can come here and search for it, or I can just press Control O, and here I can just write supervised, and I can see I have two notes. One is called supervised and another one is called unsupervised. I want to open the supervised and just press tab and enter, and it's going to be open the note. Now if you want to search something, you can press Control Shift F and you'll go immediately to the search, and you can just go and search for classification, and you'll find all the word that has classification in it. I just wrote class and it gave me all the notes that I have in classification. So Control O or Command O is for search. Sorry, Control Shift F is for search. Again, let's go back. Control Shift F is for search. Okay, Control O is for the quick switcher. It's basically like I'm going to search in my notes. Now the difference between the one which is Control O, quick switcher, is switching between notes, okay, while Control Shift F is a search, or sometimes like find in Microsoft Word. I hope you know the difference now. And here, if let's say I'm clicking on classification and data science and deep learning, and I want to go back, all I have to do is just press Control and then Alt and then left arrow, and I can go back, or Control and Alt and right arrow. I can move forward, I can move backward. For backward, press Control and keep pressing Control and keep pressing Alt and then left key once, and then I want to go forward, same thing, hold down the Control and Alt and then press the right arrow while pressing those two keys. Okay, it's a quick way to navigate between the sequence of the nodes that you opened. The last thing you're going to learn here is that here I'm in reading mode. I'm gonna go to the editing mode, and if I click here, obviously it's gonna ask me to edit, but if I press Control and then I click on machine learning, it's going to open the machine learning. So you press Control while in editing mode, and it will take you to that node. Again, I'm gonna go to the basics data science. I'm in editing mode here. You can see that the cursor is showing. Here, if I click on machine learning, it's going to ask me to delete and stuff, you know, delete and whatever to do. But if I want to open the deep learning node while I'm in editing mode, hold down the Control key and then click on deep learning, and it's going to open for me. So in this video, we learn about 8 shortcuts. Have a look about this video and make sure to practice after watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the user interface of Obsidian, and other things I already explained it in details in the next section. So here, let's just have a quick overview of the user interface. Here I have 2 collapsed pans on left side and right side, and in the middle I'll have my notes. You can press Control N for new file, or Command N if you're using Mac. Here you can see the name of my vault, and when I put the mouse cursor on it, it will tell me that I have 42 files. Files means I have PDFs, images, and notes, and I have 2 folders. Okay, now let's just start from the left side. Let's say I'm going to check on the Python learning node, and then I'm going to click on home task, and then I'm going to click on daily task. Now upper here you can see the go back and the go forward arrows, and these are exactly the same like on your web browser. Now I clicked on Python learning first, and then home task, and then daily task. So if I go back, it's going to take me to the home task, you guys can see, and then it's going to take me to Python learning, and then I move forward in the same order, just like on web browser. So these are the two arrows of going forward and backward. Here I have my file explorer, which is going to show me all the folders and all the nodes and all the files that I have. Here I have search, and I can search by the name of the node, by the path, and the file, and the tags. And you guys can see that in the tags data science, sometimes whenever I write any notes and I put the tag of data science, which means whatever I wrote here, it's related to data science, I can just go and search according to the tags, not according to the file name, which is here, and so on. We have a bunch of other ways of searching here, and here you guys can see the history of my search. Here I have explain search term, you can see, which is search term path means match the path of the file, and so on. And here I have collapse results, which is if I search something, it's going to collapse the results for me like this, collapsed and collapsed. Okay, and show more context. If I am, let's say I have this search, and I can just click here, and I can just order it from A to Z ascending, from Z to A descending, and I have modified time new to old, and then modified time old to new. What this means, most of the time whenever you have a file on your PC, it will only show you the modified time, but in Obsidian you can see the created time and the modified time. Now what do I mean by that? Let me just show it to you. Let's say I have this node called where is it, data science. Here you guys can see that it was created on 5/4/2022, and it was modified in 16/8/2022. So it was created 4 months ago, and it was lastly modified in August 16. So here you guys can see the creation of the node, which time I created this node, and the last time it was modified. So this is how you guys can change the sorting order between created time new to old, created time old to new. That most of the time I'll just keep it modified time new to old, which means show me the latest nodes that I modified first. Okay, so we finish with these. Here I can see my nodes and my folder. Okay, I can scroll down, scroll up. On the left side I have my open quick switcher, which is basically a quick way of switching between nodes. You click on it and it will tell you to type the name of the node. All right, RER, that regression, and I'm gonna have my regression node immediately. So the quick switcher is basically a quick way of switching between nodes. If you have small nodes, you can just, you have a few nodes, you just come here and scroll down. But if you have a lot of nodes, quick switcher is really a quick way. And then we have something called open graph view, or the graph view. This is the macro graph view for the entire vault, and there is another thing called a local graph view. Both of these are explained in details in the next section in a video called graph view in details. I'm going to click on it. It's going to show me the graph view for the entire vault with some settings, and again everything is explained in the next section in a video called graph view in details, and there I explain the graph view and the local graph view. Now just close this one. After that we have open command palette. Like if you want to save the current file, you press Ctrl S, and by the way, if you just leave the file open for a couple of seconds, it will be saved by itself. And there are other commands that you guys can see and see the shortcut if you want to just write it down or work it out quickly. Okay, then we have open format converter. If let's say you are using a software called Bear, which is a markdown file used in Mac, and you are importing some files from it, so it will convert the files from Bear to the Obsidian. You use it only if you are transferring your nodes from one software to another. Here you can just create and record your own voice as a voice note, Here you can open another vault. Now we know that vault is kind of like the main folder where I put all my notes in it. Let's say I'm studying data science, so I'm gonna create a vault called study data science, and I'm gonna put all the notes inside of it. And if I have another vault for my personal work, let's say I'm working as a freelancer, as a web developer, so I have a vault called web development. So vault basically means a general folder. Okay. In help, I can check the official website. I go to the Discord server and so on. And in settings, I already explained this thing in details in the next section. But in settings, you can just go and check the settings of this software. You can just choose some themes if you want, community plugins, backlinks, file recovery, and so on and so on. So we finished the left section. Here I have, let's say I'm going to click on 01 data science here. And here in the hashtag pan, I can do the tag name first and so on. I can see how many tags are there in this note, and I just can click on it. Let's say I click on data science. It's going to show me all the notes that has the hashtag data science in it. And I have backlinks and linked mentions and unlinked mentions. Again, I explained this thing in details and next section is called unlinked mentions. You can just go there and check it out. Here we have same thing that we had on the left side, which is search and tags and ascending and descending and so on. And sometimes when you write the headings and outline, it will show up here. And here we have collapse pan and expand pan. And at the end here, we guys can see that I have one backlink, and right now it's a live preview mode because we have editing mode and we have reading mode, and I have 24 words and 171 characters. And this is the Obsidian interface, and other things I explain them in details in the next section. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. So in this video, we're going to learn about the community inside Obsidian. Now, obviously, if you're using Obsidian, so you are a part of a community, and this community will give you some more tips and guides. And if you have any questions regarding the Obsidian, you can add them here. So you go to the obsidian.md, which is the official website, and here you're going to click on community. And once you click on community, you have two options. One is to join the Obsidian Discord chat. Obviously, you're going to have to install Discord application on your system, or you can just use the online version, or you can choose to click on Obsidian form and you click on visit, and the website or the page is going to open. And here you can see the official announcement, some updates, and help if you have any questions. Like this guy is asking where are all my Obsidian files are stored. If you face any bugs, you can come here and log in or sign up and then type a bug you encountered. Maybe you want to have a future request to be available in the upcoming updates. If you have some plugin ideas, some knowledge management about some stuff, what is the difference between folders and tags and virtual folders and smart folders, whatever. If you're a developer, you have an API or request for an API, you have an idea of an API, and so on. They have some mobile app coming soon, and here people are asking for some features to be available in these mobile apps, and some frequently asked questions and bug graveyard, which is some bugs were encountered and now it's resolved, and so on. So it's straightforward Obsidian community. If you are really into these things, you can just come here and join it and ask questions and follow the updates. So you have this form and you have the Discord chat here. So I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone. So in this video, we're going to learn how we create folders in Obsidian and how we organize our notes inside Obsidian. First of all, I'm going to go and create a folder here. Have new note, and then we have new folder. Just gonna click on it, and I'm gonna rename it supervised learning folder, for example. And then I'm going to click enter. Now I have the supervised learning folder here. And I'm just gonna go and let's say click on classification and then drag and drop inside supervised learning. There's here, I'm gonna click on this arrow and I can see that I have one file inside this folder. I can create also folders inside folders, same thing, folder. I'm going to rename it new folder, enter, and then I'm going to click new folder and drag it here, and you can see that here in this supervised learning, you can see it's telling me one file and one folder. I click on it, I'll see there's a new folder and there's classification note. I click on new folder and it's going to open it. I can also drag and drop and put it inside the new folder. So this is how we organized our notes inside Obsidian by using folders and subfolders. In this video, we're going to learn how we can open multiple vaults. As you know that I have this vault open, which is called Fahad Study, and here are my folders and notes. Now let's say I want to create another vault called Fahad Personal. All I have to do is just come here and click on open another vault. And I can just come here and I rename it, let's say Fahad Personal. And I choose the location just like we chose for the previous one. I'm going to choose the same folder here, which is Fahad Study. Select folder and just go and click create, and you can see I have a new vault here. I just turn on live preview, okay, and you can see that I have here Fahad Personal Vault and the previous one is open. Okay. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add your own shortcuts. All you have to do is just go to the settings and then click on hotkeys, and here you can see blank. You can just click here and you press some key on your keyboard and it will be added. Here I'm not going to add anything, but here you can see to close the active pane you can press Ctrl W. If you want to command palette, you can press Ctrl P, and the blank means they are not customized. All you have to do is just click on whatever you want and then type something. Let's say add tag is E or not, Ctrl R, and it will be on Ctrl R. You can obviously click here and to restore it to blank if you want. Here you can customize all your shortcuts the way you want it. In this video, we're going to learn about the heading levels. How many levels do we have in heading? So I'm going to first create a new node, press Ctrl N or Command N on Mac. And then I'm going to come here and rename it here heading levels and enter. I'm just going to click X here and I'm going to come here and click split vertically. And then I'm going to click here and I'm going to link it with pan. And here I'm going to come and write down hashtag. If you immediately write after it, that will be a hashtag, a tag. Okay, but you have to add space and then write heading 1 and then press enter. Now you can see that here it's edit mode, here is edit mode. Come here and press Ctrl E. Now we can see the reading mode here. So this is heading 1, which is the biggest one, okay, which is suitable if you want to write some a headline like introduction to data science and so on. And then we have the second level, which is 2 hashtags and then a space and heading 2. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller than the heading 1. Then we have the third level heading 3, and we have the fourth heading 4, and we have 5. This is 4, this is 5, 1 2 3 4 5. You can see it's smaller than the 4. Then we have heading 3 4 5 6, which is heading 6, which is the smallest one. Do we have heading 7? No, we don't have heading 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We're gonna become a regular hashtag, or it's a bunch of hashtags. It doesn't mean anything. So we have only 6 levels of headings, and the more number we add, the smaller it gets. So you can use the one that suits your note. Remember to add space, because if you don't add space, it will be a hashtag, which is going to be called tags later on. In this video, we're going to learn how we can make the text bold and italic. Here I have bold and then text. I'm gonna select this and I'm gonna press Control B on Windows or Command B on Mac. So you can see here it's regular text. Control B, it's gonna become a bold text, or you can just add 2 asterisk and then it's gonna become bold. But this one, the Control B one, is what we know since Microsoft Word, and it's a very easy shortcut. The italic text is gonna be the same, Control I, and we're gonna become italic. So control plus I for italic and Control plus B for bold. In this video, we're going to learn how we strike through or cross the text and how we highlight a text. Let's say I have a text here and I want to cross it, which means I already did this task, kind of like crossing it from my to-do list. All I have to do is just come here at the beginning and then write Shift tilde twice. And here in the reading mode, you can see that it was crossed. And in order to highlight a text, I'm just gonna have to come here at the beginning, put 2 equal sign, and at the end to put 2 equal sign like this, and it will be highlighted. It's highlighted in yellow because the theme that I'm using is going to highlight it in yellow. So the color of highlight depends on the theme that you are using. In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a block of quotes. Let's say you're reading a book and you found some nice quote inside of it and you want to write it down inside Obsidian. All you have to do is press Shift and then the greater than sign and then space and write the quotation here. Let's say this is awesome. And then just write it was said by me. And this is how the quote's going to look like inside Obsidian, inside this block. So you want to create another one, and it's going to be another one like this, and you can have 2 quotes to show up when you delete the middle one. So each greater than sign will have its own block, and this is how you write a block of quotes inside Obsidian. In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a bullet list, which is very handy whenever you're writing some notes. Here, all you have to do is just click on dash, and then you can just write list, and then enter. It's going to appear by itself immediately. And you can see here in the reading pan that it's showing as a dot, which is a bullet list. List 2. Let's say in list 2, I want a sub bullet. You press tab on your keyboard and it will become a sub list. Sub list 1, sub list 2, and so on. You can also cascade it and click here. You can see the sub list, and you can click here and you can see that you have in list 2, you have something, an arrow here. Click on it, you can see your sub list here. So this is how you write sub list. Sorry, this is how you write a bullet list in Obsidian. In this video, we're going to learn how we write a numbered list. The regular list that we know is like dash and then list 1 and then enter. You'll see that it's immediately wrote it for me. List 2. The number list is going to be 1 dot list 2 and then enter is going to be 2 point immediately list 3 and then enter is going to be list 4, for example, and you can obviously come and indent if you want like this. You see the line here, or you can just come here and then press backspace and it's back the way it was. And this is how we write the number list, by typing the number 1 and then dot. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a to-do list. For you to create a to-do list, you have to press dash and then space and then bracket, square bracket, and then space inside of it, and then come outside the bracket and press space again, and then task 1. Here you can see I have dash and then space and then square bracket and space inside of it. And then at the end of the bracket here, I have another space and then the task. You can just come here and then click like this, and there will be an X inside of it, and it means this task is done. Or you can do it like this. I'm gonna go press enter, and it's gonna immediately show up for me. I can write task 2, and same thing. Both of them are crossed. Both of them are not crossed. I'm gonna press enter, and I'm gonna show you again how it's done. Enter, dash, okay, space, square bracket, space, and then outside the bracket, space, and then task 3, okay, dash, space, square bracket, inside of it, space, and then outside the square bracket, another space, and then task 3. So you have 3 spaces here and here and here, and this is how you create a to-do list. So obviously when you will be writing some notes, you need a bigger screen to write it. And here you can see you have a bunch of notes and some stuff. You can always come here on this arrow and click on collapse, and then come here on the right side and click collapse, and now you have the entire area so you can write your notes. Now let's say after writing your note you would like to export it as a PDF so you can share it with others who doesn't have an Obsidian. I mean, you can share the MKD file or the markdown file, but if they want it as a PDF, or you want to print the note as a PDF, or you want to just upload it to a website or on Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever. So in order for you to export it as a PDF, you come here in more options, and then you click on export to PDF, the last option. And here you can choose the page size to make it letter A3, A4, A5, the default page size that we have in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to just keep it letter. Now, usually your note's going to be vertical, so it's going to be horizontal. It's going to be vertical, yeah. So it's going to be portrait. But if you want to make it landscape, like a horizontal, just click here, and it's going to become what? Landscape, horizontal one. I'm going to keep it vertical, and in the margin I'm going to keep it to default, but you can choose minimum or none. You can downscale the percent, but I'm going to keep it 100% so I can have the original font size. I'm going to click on export to PDF, and it's going to show up where my folders are stored, where I created my vault. And I can rename it. It's a new note, or I'm going to name it note 1. I'm going to press save, and it's going to open for me, and this is how it's going to look like. As you guys can see that it's an original font size. This is how it's going to look like. Okay, and this is how we create or export our notes in PDF inside Obsidian. Now I'm going to show you what is a graph view and the advantages of graph view. Here we can see all our notes when we click in the file explorer, but here when you click on open graph, you will see this thing. Now if you just scroll down, it will be zoom out, and now you can see all the notes that you have here. Now let me zoom in and click on, let's say, basics of data science. Once you put the mouse on this node, you will see that there are 3 lines going from basics of data science. One is to machine learning, and one is to data science, and one is to deep learning, which means the basics of data science node has links to machine learning node and data science node and deep learning node. And you can see that in the machine learning node, you have unsupervised learning and supervised learning, and basically basics of data science is also connected. So this is how you know which node is connected to which one. Now just to make it clear, we have the basics of data science node here, and it has links to 3 nodes: machine learning, data science, and deep learning. As we can see, machine learning, data science, and deep learning. Now let me just go to the basics of data science node, and you can see In the reading mode, it has data science, machine learning, and deep learning. Remember that these are nodes and these are tags. These are an actual node, okay, links to an actual node, and this is an external link to a website, and these are tags that I use them to search between my nodes. So if you like this course, you can buy the premium course from the link in the description below. Right now, the entire course is 6 hours long and it's already discounted to 99 only. All you have to do is just click on buy now and register. If you are not registered, just click here and sign up and write your name and email and password and then log in, and you can just immediately buy it. I keep adding new videos on this course, so it will increase in future, and obviously the price will also increase. So I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one.